Okay.
How about getting involved into making the manga in the first place? What actually inspired that?
It's a stupid story. I well, it's two things. When I was 5, I used to like wake up like every morning at like 5:30 in the morning, and obviously because that's the morning. I don't know why I said it twice. And I used to watch Sailor Moon, and I just loved Sailor Moon. I always tried to draw, and I was like, oh, this is the best thing ever, blah 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 blah. And that's just always been my style. And I never ever, and I've been a pretty good storyteller, but like I always wanted to tell a story through my artwork. And then about 2 years ago, I rescued a little cat, and I named him Aiko, thinking it was a girl, because Aiko is actually a girl's name. And then all of a sudden, I was like, whoa, that's a boy. And he's such a spunky little cat that, and like when I go to these cons, like I teach Japanese, and I thought it would be a really fun way to teach Japanese subliminally if I came up with like a story and like developed it, and then like you know they're reading this adventure story about a samurai cat, um, and at the same time you're learning Japanese. That ought to be like a fun little idea. So it was actually never my intention to create a manga because I always wanted to create an animation, but it all fell into place and bada bing, bada boom. Now like it'll be out very soon. You know.
The publisher that you are trying to use, are you using self or are you using a publisher?
I originally had a publisher. We had a falling out, and it is what it is. But now, actually, I'm launching my own company, and I'm publishing it through that, and it'll be out by December. So that's pretty exciting.
As an author myself, do you find that the creative flows that they talk about,
Mm-hmm.
we know,
Yeah.
um, the critical points that happen when writer's block happens,
Mm-hmm.
how do you deal with it?
I drink a lot of coffee, and actually, you know what really helps? Literally, it sounds really, really stupid, but it's just like my weird thing I do. I usually grab my cat, who when he hates this, and I just give him a nice little sniff. And that's really odd. You can all think it's odd, but for whatever reason, I'm like, he smells so good. And then I'm just like, I kind of relax a little bit. I just put on some music and I kind of work my way through it. Or what I do is I do something completely irrelevant and I just draw something. And it just kind of helps clear my mind because, as you know, as you just said, like writer's block is literally the worst thing ever. But yeah, that's pretty. It's my
That one page,
yeah.
and it nags at you.
Yeah, and it's awful. So it's just like my weird traditions that I do. And then like right now I'm in LA and my cat's actually in New York. He's not in LA yet. So right now I just listen to a lot of music and I just sketch a lot. And it just kind of helps clear the mind. Even if it's not relevant to what I'm doing, but, it just helps.
Would you say that there were people in your life that helped you get to where you are now that inspired more than helped you?
Yes. Yes. There's a few people. Definitely my mom because she was a single parent and she did a lot for me. And, she's the strongest human being I know. And that really just sparked me to be, I want to ultimately be able to buy her a house. That's like my goal because we lived in this little 1-room apartment, in New York. And it's my goal. My art teacher in high school, Mrs. Candela, she always was telling me like, you have to do what you love because I was not going to go to school for art. And I didn't go to school for art. Actually, I went to school for business. I have never used my degree. And she was absolutely right. So she definitely helped me. And also I have, my friend and my mentor, Diana Lito. Me and her worked on the Muppets together and she taught me a lot about my, you know, how to use, just different mediums and stuff. So it was really, really, those three things definitely were something. Those three people, rather, were definitely helped spark what I do, and I keep doing it.
Um, what I was going to ask later
Mm.
was when it comes to your art and when it comes to what you want to do, would you want, I know that you said that you wanted to do it in animation, but would you
Yeah.
like to see it in animation, or do you think something like this, teaching Japanese in this type of genre, would actually be better off in manga than animation?
Well, I think It's it actually there's two ways to look at it. I mean, if you do it through a manga, I think because actually I'm trying to also make it an animation. I'm actually working on it. The thing is, if you do an animation, it's easier to teach how to say it as opposed to the manga, which teaches you how to write it. So I think that there's two ways to look at it. So right now I'm more focused on the way you write it, like when it comes to the manga. But with the animation, I would be teaching how to speak it. So I mean, it depends on how you look at it, how you want to learn it. You know what I mean? I would like for it to become an animation. It's something I'm looking into. There's just a lot more I have to, I'm still trying to become an adult. It's hard to be an adult sometimes, you know. Right. And then it's also, because I'm just gonna say it. I'm a douche. I don't like when people, I don't like when like someone's like, oh, I'll help you, and I'm like, I don't know, like I'm like one of those little schmucks. So I'm trying to get used to that collaboration thing because like that's actually a weird thing in New York. Like in New York, we're like, get away from me. Like we're very, cut your head off and spit down your throat kind of people. And in LA, we're very like, let's help, let's collaborate. I'm like, oh, get away. So like, I'm trying to get used to that. And I think once I'm finally used to that, it'll be a different story and I can, things can move a little quicker, But yeah, I would like, in general, I would like that to happen. I would like to see an animation and a manga.
One of the final things I'd like to ask is, you've seen the way, the setup, and everything, behind the scenes, fronts, all of it,
Yeah.
in line with conventions.
Hmm.
Do you see it changing, and is it a good change, is it a bad change, or do you think that it's just evolution in general?
I actually think that the way conventions are going right now, I think it's actually a really good thing because it helps us network with others. It gives people that don't have an opportunity to get exposed in other ways. Like, I mean, the only reason why I'm even going to cons is because I've gone to them as an attendee, and it's the only reason why people even know who I am. Even it's so weird. Like, I go down the hallway and they're like, Steven, I'm like, what? Like, me? Like, it's just like, it's weird. You know what I mean? So I actually like the way that cons are developing, and I think it's a really awesome way for us to get exposed and to entertain or show our artwork and help. I think it's awesome. I like the way it's going. It's definitely helping me, and I definitely I mean, from what I've seen from other people, they're like, this is great. So I'm loving it. I think it's awesome. Bomb.com. I mean, you know. You get it. It's all good. No, I'm yeah, it's fine. It's all good. But yeah.
But yeah, it's always a pleasure.
You're awesome.
Definitely see you later.
Yeah. I'll be around. I'm just yeah, that's what I do. Not a lot. This is actually like my second one only because I moved to LA and I was also in Japan. So now I'm like last year, yeah, oh yeah. Last year I was like at every con on earth. This year I only did like 2 because I was at AX. Yeah, I was only at AX and this con, and I might be at AUSA this year and in DC, but that's just because I moved to LA and I was in Japan and just a lot of. But in 2016, I'll definitely be. I'm planning a crazy nerd tour where I'll be all over the place. Like I said, I'm still trying to be an adult, so it's hard. And I'm bringing my cat with me, so that'll be fun.